Continue. This is chapter 2. Salakia. Chapter 2. It says, Perfecting in Humanity. A time-honored approach to the manipulation of mankind is through the philosophy and techniques of eugenics. This is the attempted perfecting of humanity through genetic means, selective breeding, sterilization, biological manipulation, and even murder for those considered unfit. And they do that. I mean, to a certain extent today. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I mean, why do you think, you know, with Bill Gates and this Planned Parenthood shit? Why do you take the time to think about this? Why do you think that it's only Planned Parenthoods in certain neighborhoods? You won't catch a Planned Parenthood in every neighborhood, especially them Edomite neighborhoods where they consider to have, being middle class. Well, it ain't no such thing as middle class no more, which is a beautiful thing because now you got them Edomites struggling as just as much as Jake. It says, this is the attempted perfecting of humanity through genetic means, selective breeding, sterilization, biological manipulation, and even murder for those considered unfit. The study of eugenics has its beginning in Germany, sometime after the mid 19th century mark, stimulated by Volkish concerns for Aryan racial purity. Rudolf Virchow, pathologist and politician, began a study of national ethnic statistics in 1871, convinced that the majority of Germans would prove to be of relatively pure Nordic descent. The results of the studies proved otherwise. According to Virchow, the obvious solution was to set about Nordicizing the debased German stock. The popularity of eugenics theories was given jumpstart in England by Francis Galton, a cousin of Charles Darwin. Ain't that the spirit? I just was speaking on Darwin. So proving my point about how I'm sure they go and recruit within. You know what I mean? If his grandfather was a Mason or was part of a secret society, why wouldn't they come get, they know what kind of stock they come from. You know what I mean? Like I said, you're probably already being what's the word, educated to a certain extent in it. Because like I said, trust me, I've grew up in the inner city and ghettos all my life. You know what I mean? I've been to other places, but for the most part, I've been in the ghettos all my life. And at the end of the day, like I said, you'll have guys doing certain Masonic things. You know what I mean? Don't shake my hand with the left, shake it with the right. They, what I mean, just certain little things, certain numbers they into, you know what I mean? But not realizing why they, they so interested in why they believe this or, you know. It says in 1869, Galton published his book Hereditary Genius that Cornell University anthropologist Professor David David Greenwood was called Salaki has called an impassioned brief for heredity aristocracy that became the first modern document of the modern eugenics movement. Galton was the man who launched the nature versus nurture debate that quietly rages today, arguing for the domination of innate rather than acquired human ability. It was Galton's opinion that the human race could be improved by selective breeding and the extermination of the unfit. Galton was once Salakia. Galton, now mind you, and these Edomites, but yet still they had set up there. They told, oh yeah, what I mean. But Edomite came in with this idea though. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, these particular people don't deserve to be alive. Because they're unfit. But then, when we go to push them in the Caucasus Mountains, because I mean, look at what that they say. These motherfuckers fuck horses, man. Like, have you these motherfuckers like? I was just listening to a video that Apostle Gabar was just doing. They naturally like, into bestiality and homosexuality. You know what I mean? Like, you got some of the. It's so amazing. You know what I mean? Like that guy that made Usual Suspects, and that was like I love that movie. That was a good movie. You know what I mean? The guy Brian Singer that made, I think he directed one of the Supermans. He directed a lot of them X Men. He got caught up in the same kind of shit like Kevin Spacey. And it just like it, and that's why I say I laugh at some of these niggas though for real, cause I ain't gonna call them Israelites and I ain't gonna call them Jakes. They niggas, cause you sitting up here, you thinking that you done made it in Esau's kingdom, and then they come and smack you right in the fucking face. That dude got accused of fucking raping little boys too, just like Kevin Spacey. And guess what? He ain't locked up though. But who they fucking with right now? Like I wouldn't be surprised if you know that's how you know a lot going on too, because they throwing up this R. Kelly shit back to back to back to back, but nobody's speaking on the Epstein shit. And this guy was fucking with little kids. He fucking with underage girls, 13 and 14 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. R. Kelly was on some bullshit, but at the same time, it ain't the same like that guy was doing. But yet, still, you never really hear his name. I mean, but you hear about R. Kelly. He just got accused of fucking with two more people. You know what I mean? Like, I would be surprised if he looking stupid and get locked up. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny too, because now that I think about it, I remember right before all this shit came out, it was like a couple of R. Kelly houses had got robbed. And then like shortly after that, then he just getting accused of all these women he's supposed to take advantage of. This shit. Y'all gonna learn fucking with the devil, making them deals with the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't even feel sorry for him like that. Well, know why? Because you chose you know what I mean, you chose your lot. I mean, you know what I mean? Just like I gotta deal with my lot, you gotta deal with your lot. And at the end of the day, like a guy like fucking Bill Cosby or R. Kelly, even in they lower state, how they looking stupid now, they still doing better than me. So how the fuck would I be worried about them? Like I'm not. Like I said, we all gonna get judged for what we done did. You know what I mean? Like that's just the truth. It's like it says. It says Galton once said that he hoped that eugenics would become the religion of the future. In the latter part of the century, with endeavors like the Human Genome Project that seeks to map the entire human DNA, his hope seems to be moving toward fulfillment. And quiet as it kept, I believe that they finished that Human Genome Project. That's why, brothers always go into like all the shit that Esau can do. Esau can do some shit that you're not surprised. I mean, like Esau an asshole too though. Like but he looks at like a lot of people like that's why he call them sheeple. A lot of people are stupid. You know what I mean? That's why you got Donald Trump can go on fucking national TV and insult different groups of people and then say that y'all racist. Cause he got some dumbass people that's following him. You know what I mean? Like real talk. Not knowing that he gonna give you up. Man, you really think when the shit get bad, Donald Trump gonna be next to you or have you with him? I mean, I literally watch him do it. He sat up there and said that everybody else is racist, but then he sitting up there and saying some of the most racist. And you got people that sitting there like, man, like I say, he ain't even that slick. It's just these people that slow. You know what I'm saying? But that's them spells. You know what I mean? The Babylon juice. It says Galton's theories were influenced in part by his examination of the family trees of eminent stuffed shirts in England. He noted that most persons of accomplishment were related to each other, an aristocratic theory of intelligence. Thus, theoretically, now you hear this. This is a theory. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's some bullshit. If you grew up in privilege, that's why, like I say, it's not fucking that complicated. You got people that's living in poverty, and you got people that's living in somewhat, like for instance, perfect example. You got the dude Key and Peele. Okay, now people, I think some of their shit funny. Some people don't. They hate on them. At the end of the day, those two guys actually didn't grow up in the hood, so that's probably why they got to accomplish what they accomplished. You know what I mean? I mean, like not just a tear, like the guy Bun B made a statement in the song. He said, "Shit, you wish we didn't have to sell dope." You know what I mean? Like nobody want to live like that for real. I mean, but no, don't get me wrong. I knew some dumbass dudes that didn't have to be in the ghetto and came to the ghetto, and just because they looking for attention or they just, you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, motherfucker don't want to really live like that. And if you do, you an idiot. You know what I mean? Something is seriously fucking wrong with you. What does it say? So at the end, like you said, they send us a theory. It's not a fucking theory. If you got money, or you grew up in like I said, in relatively peace and a good neighborhood, 9 times out of 10, the likelihood of you going on and doing something with your life is very much higher than, you know what I mean? Like a person that's growing up in the ghetto and squandered, they got to fucking fight to live. Like, I mean, come on, like that shit ain't no rocket science, man. I'm gonna end this on that note because, like I said, that's what I say. It's the semantics in the games Esau play. Like this shit ain't that fucking complicated. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the elect see through this shit. Like I said, I'm gonna give one scripture. This is the book of Psalms 36:4. This is Salakia 36:1. To the chief musician, the son of David, the servant of the Lord, the transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of Yahweh before his eyes. And that's why these Edomites do what the fuck they do, because they don't really truly believe in the Most High. You know what I mean? They starting to worry now because of the men of the Lord, you know what I mean, out there on the highways and hedges pushing the truth, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's they butt hurt by it, but at the same time, like, they don't truly believe in the Most High, because if they did, they wouldn't tell you that homosexuality is legal and you can marry a same sex. You know what I mean? Like, they tell you the law of the land is this Bible, but then at the same time, they break everything against the Bible, or that's in the Bible. Verse 2, for he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. Verse 3, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. And this motherfucker, that's why we call him the devil, you know what I mean? Because the devil means deceiver. This man has been lying the whole fucking time, you know what I mean? Like I said, didn't, when Donald Trump was trying to run for office and said when he was gonna get in office, he was gonna bring the troops home? So how the fuck he sending more people over there? Verse 4, he deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that he is not good. He abhorreth not evil. He and let's go into the word abhorreth. H3988. He reject, he despise. That ain't really answer. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get a blue letter Bible because, like I said, this little thing, my sword ain't that bad, but you know, it ain't going to what I wanted. And I just wanted to bring out that devil, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's where the spirit took me with, you know, reading the paragraph, you know, just speaking on the red Hebrew Edomite. So with that, I'm gonna end the lesson. Um, I want to say, Call Halal Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Rachagadas Bakatham. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth. Salaki, four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwat and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, it was an edifying video. Shalom to the confusion of face brethren joined onto my ranks. Salakia, joined onto our ranks. Shalom to the confusion of faith, brethren. Shalom to all the sincere Akim out there pushing the truth. Lord willing, I'm able to come at you with another lesson as soon as possible. Until then, shalom, and abad the ball.